7 a.m. this Friday morning, August 22nd, 2025. Taking a little bit of a walk this morning down to our little local park. Standing here on the Ann Urban. And we are looking at the sunrise in the attempts to possibly capture the object next to the sun. But as you can see, we have some clouds back here. That might affect our viewing. I don't know. We shall see. This is one of the few structures that we have visible right now. This is more or less to the north. And of course, swinging back over here, it's to the east. But otherwise, we don't really have too much overhead right now. And already this morning in Kalamazoo, they are preparing for liftoff to their annual hot air balloon festival, which I did a little Google search this morning because I thought that this was taking place in Battle Creek, but it's Kalamazoo that's having the hot air balloon fest, and apparently everything is going according to plan. And there's possibilities that at some point today, depending on air currents and the directions of their flight pathways, yeah, there's possibilities that we could see a few of those balloons in the skies overhead here in my area. Yeah, we'll zoom in all the way back here. We can see that the greater light is slowly on its ascension here. That's what you want to label it as. If anything, we'll have us a halfway decent sunrise video. And like the last time that I did this style of recording from this location, visually I am seeing a nice glow of orange, whereas in my camera it is coming out as white. Okay, so you have to take that into consideration with some of these other objects that we see traveling through the skies and their appearance as white. Just an observation. You might be able to see a little bit of fog over the crop right here, slowly thickening, if you will. And I am zoomed in all the way. I have not adjusted the lighting at all. This is exactly how the camera is seeing this. And once again, you might be able to see some of that fog. Now, if I was to dim this down, it does darken up the sky a little bit, and it might be able to bring that out, that object, if it should happen to make an appearance. Well, you can really start seeing all this fog, mist, whatever you want to call it. It's actually moving my way. Well, how about that? Actually losing our focus. Dropping the lighting down ever so slightly here. Still have a few minutes before this actually gets above the treetop there. Okay, well, we might have had a no, it looks like, well, let's see if we can, see, we're already having issues with the focusing. Already the camera is saying there's too much light. Okay, and it looks like we have the object at that 11 o'clock hour, but quite a ways from the light source. Can you see it? Now, there are many reports out there that is speaking on three suns, aka the Trinity, or at least that is, part of the narrative that some of these channels are coming out with. Personally, once again, I believe that this object is artificial in nature. I do not believe that it is a reflection of the sun in our atmosphere. It sure looks like, okay, that's what it looks like if I don't dim down the lighting. Okay, and again, having issues with the focusing. Let's drop this back down. Dropping it down all the way, and maybe that'll bring it out that much more. And already that is getting, or the two objects, let's just say, are getting closer in proximity. And as that gap lessens, the brighter, the greater light becomes. Pause it for a moment. Alright. And now we can even see reflections of the greater light, if you will, off of the mist or fog above the crop here. We see that object there. Very little air movement right now, so we're going to go ahead and swing back over, and let's go ahead and take a view. This is still here, okay. And once again, not much else can be seen otherwise. Go back over here, and we'll go ahead and zoom back in again. Can we see it? Beautiful. I'm only seeing one lens flare dot, but eventually that will become a dual lens flare. Look at that. Sorry for the shakiness. Tends to happen when you are zoomed in at full max. But there it is. I had a gut feeling to get out here this morning to do this type of recording because, of course, last night we had gotten this object within my last recording. I'm going to pause it for a moment. Decided to give my arms a little bit of a break there. Let's go back to the regular lighting. Look at that. Yeah, that's why I dimmed this lighting down for better visibility there. Alright, and we are over 10 minutes. And when this does get into closer proximity with that greater light, you will start seeing like a flat spot between that 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock positioning. We will pause again momentarily. And I will say, visually, I am not able to see this at all. Because, well, of course, staring into the light, yeah, it makes it quite difficult. And you can see how it is gotten that much closer. And eventually, like I said, they will join together more or less, and it increases the amount of light and heat. Now, if there is in fact 3 suns, well, eventually, who knows, but eventually we just might be able to capture that. But, you know, for the time being, and for, you know, my observations of this secondary object, that's all that it's been, has been 2 objects. Past recordings, well, I have captured multiple, what appears as multiple light sources, but main focus is this one right here. Getting ever so much closer. We'll pause for a second. Okay, back to the regular lighting. As I checked the time, and it is currently 7:15. Just to give you an approximate time of length. Of which we've been recording and observing this. Once again, well, let's go ahead and go back to the regular lighting. It seems like not having too many issues with the focusing now, surprisingly, but can we see that? See, even under the regular lighting, we can see it. And then as we dim this down, just kind of pulls it out that much more. So, anyways, I believe I will go ahead and end this, as we have gotten a pretty decent recording of this morning. And I do want to, you know, save a little storage space in case we do have any hot air balloons that might make their way across the skies here in my location. I'd like to record this just that much longer to where we could actually see this and this come into closer range, to where we can actually see how this right here, gets that much more brighter. A planet would not increase the brightness nor heat, I do not believe. And I have a very difficult time believing in a secondary sun, if you will. Yeah, it'd probably take, quite a few more minutes for these two actually, I don't want to say combine, but gets close enough to really enhance that flashlight quality, if you will. Back to our regular lighting here. We can still see it. If we, go and pan all the way back and dim this down. I'm not sure how well it picks that up. But then as we zoom in all the way, and there we have it. Just so you know that this is, well, I just wanted to show you the zoom in and panning back. No magician tricks through the camera, no CGI, no AI, which once again, that cracked me up. Google, when I did a search, saying that, oh no, there's no major hot air events taking place in Michigan today. And this event in Kalamazoo has been taking place for either 13 or 15 years now. I can't remember exactly what they said. But anyways, I think I've got enough of a recording of this right now. Once again, spinning back over here, we still have this that has changed a little bit, but still there. And then we have, looks like more stuff that is making its appearance as this greater light continues its ascension, if you will. Once again, we are under regular lighting here. If I dim this down, and there we have it. Oh yeah, coming in pretty good now. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and leave off there. I think I've got enough proof in the pudding for this recording. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Or whatever day that this is for you and your location and your neck of the woods. Keep looking up, my friends. There's a lot more to be seen than just what you have been taught to think is up there. And that is where we shall conclude this recording. Have a great one and all.